Sometimes somebody tries to. And when that person tries to do it, it has a destructive effect on the operation of government. Because just as you heard our witnesses say, it makes those employees fearful for their jobs. It makes them question who they answer to, whose direction they're supposed to follow. And then they say tweets that said, hey, this employee shouldn't be following the direction of the city manager, his boss. What are those employees supposed to think? That's what the crafters started. That's why it's there. Not because they are telling you again, not because they were prohibiting contact they already told you can't do. They were telling you, you better not even try. And I think that's how you need to read those provisions.
I have spent 4 years on the county council, and I have been torn up 6 ways from Sunday. And, you just get used to it. After a while, you just kind of get inured to it. And that's the way it is if you're an elected official, and that's the way it is if you're a top administrative official of a government. Top administrative officials of a government always are in for criticism. It happens all the time. It's part of the job.
Clint claims to be a victim of a small group of haters. Actually, these haters are not responsible for anything other than asking for public information that he gets refused. Asking for public information is an act of responsibility, yet Mayor Johnson calls people that do this terrorists, stalkers, haters, and being creepy.
I'm going to have to ask
this is my time.
Mr. Mulligan, hold on a moment. I'm making my case. This is a point of order.
You're breaking up.
This is one of your neighbors. That's one of your neighbors. That's one of your neighbors. And there's a small list. I could actually name off every single person that's going to speak.
You finished, sir.
The reason I'm stating this, let me finish my statement.
He has made money selling ad space in a publication to a developer, and later called a special city council meeting to
Is this relevant to the removal?
Yes, it is. If you would quit interrupting me with your large lips.
Mr.
To benefit the same
Mr. City Attorney, is this relevant to my removal?
He has turned.
It's the mayor's initial decision about whether it's relevant.
I'm saying no. It's not relevant.
He has turned his mayor's position into a stunt show, including sponsors, bicycle trips, and
Mr. Mulligan, I'm going to ask you to stop. This is your last warning.
being photographed holding a
right,
gun on someone. Our mayor is showing signs of poor government, instability.
This is irrelevant information. Remove him! Has nothing to do with the removal proceedings or the charges brought against the accused. That's a tough act, Father. Alfredo Ruz? No, he's fine. He's off the podium. He can stay. Thank you,
I just
sir.
want to say that you council members have absolutely disgraced our town. You've made it an embarrassment. People have told me they're ashamed to even say that they live in DeBary anymore.
Is this in relation to the charter violations that you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
The newest member had posted things incorrectly out there. You all had search warrant. Mayor didn't have one. So, people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. I don't feel that the mayor should be removed. Thank you.
On one hand, I would love to see him gone just because of the behavior, but that cannot be the basis, and it is not the basis. The issue, and I'm going through this painfully because I don't want anybody to think that my decision, whichever way I go, still not decided, is because of the behavior. It is not. I find the behavior reprehensible. It is uncalled for. It's bullying. It's not mayoral-like. It's not even council member-like. No elected official should engage in those types of activities. And that, to me, is something that everybody sitting here should acknowledge to be the case.
That's what you have is your city guideline, your constitution. And 8 violations is substantially in violation of that. And I think that is enough.
These are 8 violations that were brought forth by you, judged by you, tried by you, and convicted by you. So very substantial 8 violations that were brought forth in the most unfair of any hearing that I've ever heard of in my entire life. If this was criminal, I don't know, I'm not a constitutional scholar, but I'd go as far as to say this is violating my 6th Amendment right of a fair hearing. And if your charter states that this is appropriate, your charter's bad. And it's my charter too, but I just don't think that Rob Sullivan would lie to me when he says that wasn't his intention when he wrote that charter. I think this is just an example of rogue counsel going off the rails and using it as a reason to get rid of somebody they don't like as much as you want to try to explain it away otherwise.
We work together, but at the same time, we have to respect the charter. So I'll be thankful when my time's up, and hopefully, people come here and they, like Councilman Dwyer mentioned, get familiar with the charter, understand the roles of the employees here, understand that the city manager, he manages the city. He runs the show. He's the expert. Respect it. Respect the charter. So those are my, once you start threatening someone's family and they're working hard, whether they're a good employee or a bad employee, that's up to the city manager to straighten out. And you say it in his office alone, one-on-one, and you're done with it. Doesn't go on social media. It shouldn't go carrying on at council meetings in front of other people. Thanks for that, city manager's office.
You stated very clearly to Mr. McLemore, I overheard it, and I swear, now I am in the roast, so I can say this. You said, if I was willing to accept fault, you'd be willing to drop the whole charges, so you've already made your mind up and don't. I don't mind that, I think that's almost allowed, but don't lie to the people here. I'm so sick of the dishonesty in government. Let my last few minutes sitting here be in some level of honesty, because you're not going to hurt my feelings, and they deserve it.
Well, first of all, I am not lying.
I don't care how firmly you stare at me, you're lying.
Well, I really am not.
I know, you're so upset. All right, thank you. Any other comments? All right.
Have we finished the vote?
I believe so. Now it's a second motion and a second. We'll take a formal voting.
What's going through your mind right now?
I feel bad for the citizens of DeBary. I feel really bad for them. Their council has shown so little respect for their vote and the integrity of the democracy that they're going to throw me out on 8 frivolous charges with no grounds whatsoever. I couldn't be more disappointed in the leadership of this city. And to me, it's just a perfect capstone to 2 years of fake controversies and silly disputes that have cost this city money and reputation. And it'll take a long time to recover from this. And just feel bad for the residents, to be honest with you.
What are you going to do now?
Now would be a perfect time to just announce my candidacy for mayor of DeBary. I fully intend to run, not for me, but for the citizens who put me here, to give them the opportunity to let their mayor finish their term. And I'd consider it a mandate, just like my sister said on the dais. When I get reelected and when I come back up here, I would expect every member of that council to step down and let their seat go to somebody with an ounce of leadership, that has an ounce of respect for the citizens, and any candidate that supports this removal here, as far as I'm concerned, is totally disqualified from the race and shouldn't even get a single vote from any resident in this community.
Mr. Johnson, tonight, every person who came up during this public hearing, you tweeted a response to them and also took screenshots of things that they've said on social media. Do you think that's showing respect to the citizens who are here to share their voice with you?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked that question. The reason I did that was just to let the media, the public, the citizens know, and this council know that you're not dealing with a majority by any means of this community. You're dealing with 15 people who think that they know better and know what's best for the city of DeBary. And I wanted to expose, look, these are not new faces. These are not the average citizen in DeBary. These are 15 people with a vendetta. And that's what I managed to expose tonight.
But they would still be your residents.
Yes.
There would still be people that you would be governing as mayor.
I'm showing them just the right amount of respect, because they deserve to let the community know who they are as people.
Do you plan on challenging this decision in court?
I'm certain my attorney will pursue challenging in court, because it's just another avenue where we're defending the voters. The last thing I want to do is cost this community any more money and time than I have. But as far as I'm concerned right now, the voters of this city deserve to have their votes upheld and deserve to have me fighting for them, because nobody on this council is fighting for them right now.
If you are elected again, would you do anything differently?
Well, there's always things I'll do differently. I'm not above reproach, unlike my sanctimonious colleagues. I definitely can admit to areas of improvement, and I've improved vastly over the last 2 years, and I'm certain I would continue improving. So, naturally, coming in as a first-time mayor and coming in after the voters put me back in here are going to be two totally different things.
Would you consider changing your tone on social media?
No, I have a right to my to the First Amendment of the Constitution. That's something that I take personal offense when people try to infringe on it, and that's what happened tonight. And I have a right to do that. Whether or not I do it continually is a different story, but I have every right in the world to express my opinion freely to the constituents of the city. And anybody that doesn't do that and doesn't think that I have the right to do that, doesn't have any respect for the job that I was elected to do. Plain and simple.
What are you doing tomorrow?
I don't know, go for a long walk or something, relax, have a drink. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.